Happy Friday, Tailored Wealth Saver here, bringing you your Friday financial tip. This week, we're diving into part 3 of our 4-part series of going beyond living paycheck to paycheck. Quick recap. Over the past 2 weeks, we've discussed the first step that you need to take, which is creating that spending plan and eliminating unnecessary expenses and prioritizing where money is spent. The second week, we talked about that emergency savings account, that actual amount that we need to start off with the emergency savings account that is realistic if we're going from a paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. Step 3 this week is, what do you do now that we've started to save money? We know what our expenses are. How do we now think about investing money? So let's go ahead and jump right in. The importance of learning how to invest. So there are a couple of basic ways that people can invest. We're going to take a quick look into what is the difference of understanding 2 very important factors: Roth versus traditional. What's the difference of the two? What are the advantages? Is there advantage to either? So we're going to talk about the pros and cons of both and try to be as unbiased as possible. First off, traditional. Let's talk about the positive side of traditional. So traditional goes in with pre-tax dollars that goes into your retirement account. Now the positive side of that is because it's pre-tax, it lowers your taxable income for the current year, calendar year. Now, the bright side of that is if you're between tax brackets, let's just say you're between a 22 and 24% tax bracket. If you're right there on that edge, plus or minus maybe 3, 4, 5,000, or however much you're going to put in your 401k, we'll talk about the limits of that. Then potentially you could lower your tax bracket for the current year, potentially. Now, understanding with that, let's say the tax bracket for the 22% tax bracket is, I'm just making up numbers, is $30,000. Just making up numbers. Anything above 30 will be in that 24% tax bracket. So the example is, if you are making $34,000, but you want to get to that 22% tax bracket, then you would contribute a total of at least $4,000 to a 401k. Anything over $30,000, so anything extra over that amount, is going to be taxed at 24% tax bracket. Those were just numbers for an example. That is not the actual tax brackets. Those are just numbers or the income limits. So traditional goes in with pre-tax dollars. That's the positive. Now, the not so bright side of traditional is that when that money comes out, because that money was never taxed, everything that you put into the account and everything that the account has earned, all of that will be taxed. 10% rate of return over the course of 20 years. That 10% rate of return is going to be taxed plus whatever you put into the account, because it was never taxed to begin with. So that's something we want to think about when you think about traditional. Taking a quick break. If you have not already, please make sure in that bottom left-hand corner, right below the video where it says subscribe, that you click on the subscribe button. What this allows us to do, it gives us the feedback that, 1, you're enjoying the videos, and also it allows you to know when videos first come out and they're posted. So please hit the subscribe. Let us know that you're enjoying the video. Pop us a comment down below and tell us your thoughts. Now let's talk about Roth contributions. So Roth contributions go in with after-tax dollars. So the downside of Roth is that it goes in with after-tax dollars. So you've already paid taxes on the money before it goes into your 401k or your TSP or your 403b, whatever your type of retirement account is that you have. It goes in with after-tax dollars. Here's the bright side. When you go to pull out that money, everything that you put into the account and everything your account has earned comes out tax-free because it was taxed initially to begin with. So when you're thinking about Roth, just think, if I pay the taxes now, if I have that 10% rate of return, that 10% rate of return is not taxed at all. The investment was made with after-tax dollars. So that's the difference of Roth versus traditional. When you're in the lower tax bracket, it may be worthwhile to go ahead and pay the taxes now and get them over with. I cannot foresee what will happen to taxes in the future. I'm not in politics. But I can tell you one thing. Historically, I have not seen taxes go down. So that might be something to really consider when you're looking at, should I contribute Roth or should I contribute traditional? So that is the basics of traditional versus Roth investing 101. Join us next week and we're going to talk about some other investment options you have. But these are the basic steps we want to take to go from living paycheck to paycheck. Again, this is a valuable resource. Tailored Wealth Saver here. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Happy Friday, everybody.